I've got here is a bit of fennel. Now, I've never actually cooked with fennel before, but it's got a nice aniseedy taste, and Neil said don't use too much of it because it is quite a strong taste. So what I'm going to do is cut this up and put it into this pan with a bit of oil. So just going to do that. Okay then, in this pan I have put a drizzle of rapeseed oil. It's a lovely colour, just look at it. It's a lovely colour oil. Also into there I put some salt and 2 stock cubes. In a minute I'm going to put the gas on. But I've chopped up some fennel and a couple of spring onions. So they're going to go into the pan in a minute. And the vegetables, I do cheat. I got a vegetable soup mix from Morrison's. Other supermarkets also do them. 70p for a packet, which isn't too bad. Get no wastage. And what's actually in it is potato, swede, carrot and leek. So that's going to go in, as well as this soup is going to have hot dogs in it too. Now, jar ones, tin ones, doesn't really matter, but it should add a smoky taste to it. And I'm not sure yet whether these are going to be going in or not. So let's get the gas alight. There we go, gas is alight. We only want it on a low heat, so we'll turn that down before we even start anything. So get out your stirring utensil. Stir what's already in the pan. And then going to add the fennel and the spring onions. So there you go, there's the fennel and the spring onions. I know you didn't see me put them in. It's the magic of video editing, you know. We're just going to let those simmer away. I don't want to boil them, I just want to soften them up just a touch before adding the other vegetables. And a liquid from either the jar or the tin of hot dogs. I haven't decided which yet, but you don't want too much of that liquid, but it will just add a bit of taste. So show you those bits shortly. Right, the bottom of the pan is now starting to go very sticky and yucky with the stock and the salt and the fennel and the spring onions. So whilst that's been doing, I've been chopping up the hot dog sausages into quite biggish lumps, as you can see. Don't want them too small because they'll reduce away to nothing otherwise. And what I'm going to do now is add some water before adding the vegetables. So in here I've got half a jar of the water that the hot dog sausages are in, the brine, and half a jar of water from the tap, so that can go in. And I've also got a tin of water which I'm just swilling out, you know, the hot dog stuff that's left in the tin, you know, after tipping it down the sink, because I didn't want to put all of it in. So this is just a tin of water, really. Straight from the tap, nothing added. So let's give that a mix. The good thing with the water is adding it before adding the vegetables is you can unstick all the stuff that's stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's a simple trick. So we're going to bring this up to the boil, let it simmer for a little bit, and add a few different herbs which I will get out and show you just what we're going to put in momentarily. Okay then, so what's going in? Going to put in a bit of coriander, as well as some marjoram, and a nice healthy dose of paprika. Now what I've done in this tin here is I put some water, put the three different, put the herbs and the spices in. Just gonna give it a mix. Gonna pour that into the pan. Still got a bit left on the sides, so I'm just going to swill that out and then pour that in. There we go, added water to that, swilled it out. That's gone in now. So you just got to bring that up to the boil, then add in the vegetables, and then let that simmer. Which, should we say the magic words? Easy wizzy, let's get busy. And just like magic, the vegetables have appeared in the saucepan. So just got to mix them around. Spring onions and that coming through as well. You can see them in there, spring onions. So it's just all being mixed up. It's amazing what you can actually put into a saucepan, vegetable wise, and create quite a tasty warming meal, and it can last a couple of days. So for 2 packets of vegetables that are ready prepared from various supermarkets, various types of vegetables, Asda do some nice ones, as do Morrison's and Tesco's and Sainsbury's, already cut up for you, save your time. Chuck them into a saucepan, some water, stock cube, or just add your own herbs and spices. You can leave it and have it with some nice crusty bread. And you can make it for vegetarians, for vegans, meat lovers. And as I'm doing to this one, I'm going to be adding some hot dog sausages, which I've already prepared. Which them together with half a jar of the brine that they were in, they will be added to this once this has come to the boil, and then I'll put a lid on it and leave it until it's time for food. And I will bring it up to the boil, leave it cook a little bit longer, serve it up in a bowl with some nice crusty bread. So as I said, you can make something like this cheaply. 2 packets of vegetables, 70p each, so £1.40, into a saucepan, water, a couple of stock cubes, or various herbs, various spices. You can add curry if you want to really spice up things, and add garlic, chilli if you want. You can just practically do anything. And on these cold dark winter nights, make for a lovely, cheap, simple meal. And of course, if you want to get your protein, add meat, add chicken, add hot dog sausages, or add beans or peas or lentils. You don't need to add meat if you don't want to. A couple of times over the last few weeks I've made things similar to this without meat in it, and it's been quite nice. Just vegetables on its own, the flavour of the carrots, the swede, the potatoes, the onions, all the flavours come together, and I find the longer that they're left, the nicer they become. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this little video on YouTube, and I'll show you what it looks like once the I'll show you the part when I add the hot dog sausages, which won't be just yet, so come back in a few seconds. A bit more magic, I think. Izzy wizzy, let's get busy. See, and just like that, hot dog sausages appear. Wow, isn't this clever? I can do magic, just like Sooty. So what I'm going to do now is just get these mixed through, and then leave it to simmer for a little while. Turn the gas off and heat it up when ready. And as I said, serve it up with a nice loaf of crusty bread. So thanks for watching, and enjoy your soup creating. Bye bye now.